Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. Now my face has not been on YouTube for a while. I have literally just been going through drone video after drone video, just going through all the video I've captured over the summer months. So if you want to see some of that stuff, check it out after this video. Go back, check some of my other videos. But for now, without further ado, let's get on to the meat and bones of this video. And that is, today, we're going to be looking at the Ethix Heated LiPo Bag version 2. Now this is a cool bag, however, it's got a major design flaw. Let's get this thing open and let's have a peek inside at what you're actually getting. Okay, so over to the bag itself. Here we are. We have the Ethix branding on the front and your typical lime green that they tend to go for. We have a pouch, Velcro there. You can store your mobile phone, cables, whatnot in there for you. And then in here we have this delicious, again, this green colour scheme going on with a nice suede, and this is actually really nice material. This is actually properly decent quality, and as you can see, it's properly sewn in there. Starting at the top here, you've got these sort of nets here for storing things like, for example, ND filters. You can tuck those in there like so. Maybe you've got a GoPro battery. You can also stick that in there, good to go. Other bits and pieces, again, cables and things like that can go in there. Nothing too sharp, because obviously if you're storing LiPos in here, you don't want to be having screwdrivers and Allen keys and crazy things like that stuck in here. It's just a fire waiting to happen. So moving on, so we've got this here. This is the main cable connector for a LiPo battery. Now this is what will power the actual heating element inside the bag. Okay. Now this doubles up also as a voltage checker, so if we connect that up, and you'll see there on the display, this is in storage mode, 22.7 volts, and all you simply do is you hook up your battery and you press on. That's it, and you're away. And the elements in here, the element around this bag, will start to heat up to a nice temperature, and it does get super cozy. I'm going to admit it gets rather warm, but that's what you want. You want these performing at the optimum temperature. You don't want them absolutely freezing cold, because obviously you're just going to create even more problems. And at the end of the day, it's just a case of just simply turning it off. That's it. That's literally it. Your on-off switch. That's it. And of course, this here can also tuck away into this little side area here, so that you know that's your designated battery out the way. Now we've also got this Velcro section. You can obviously have your divider in there. Now what I tend to do is I've got a few sample batteries here, so you put in your LiPos in there, and then once I'm done, I just simply pop the other one in that side, and then I know which batteries are done. Also this side I tend to keep things like my lanyard, maybe I've got a camera battery there, a couple of LiPo straps, my DJI goggle battery and cables, stuff like that just tucks in there nicely. And then you've got quite a nice little compact set, and I do find once this is all zipped together and tucked away, this slots into my main drone bag very nicely. Okay, so there we have it. There's not much to it. It's literally a cable, an element, and some fabric. That's pretty much it. It's a bag. Okay, so I mentioned that this thing had a flaw. It has a major flaw. I'm not sure if it's just my copy that's got a problem, or if it's a underlying issue with all of them, or if the feature's just not there. On the manufacturer's website and on the retail websites that I've checked, it states that this thing should have a voltage cutoff. So when your LiPo battery gets to a certain voltage, it will just stop pulling power, and obviously to protect your battery. My bag didn't do this. My bag just kept drawing power until the battery was completely toast, which I was a bit miffed about, because these batteries aren't cheap. One of the batteries costs almost as much as the bag, so yeah, I was a bit angry about that. I'm not sure if it's just my copy of the bag that's actually got this problem, but I have seen on Facebook and on YouTube and other sources on the web that there are a few people out there that have this same issue. Now, does this actual safety feature exist, or is it just a bit of blurb up on the website to shift a few units? I don't know. Now, to get around that and to keep using the bag, I've had to get something called a balance lead alarm, and I've got this off Amazon. It was only a couple of pounds, and basically you just connect up your LiPo There we go. And on this thing, you set the voltage where you'd like the alarm basically to sound once this hits a certain value. That protects it from getting absolutely wrecked. I've actually used this a couple of times. It does work. It's super loud. Even in my bag, I can hear this thing going off, even in the car, but it does work. So if you do decide to get this bag, just be aware. I would test it. I would leave it with a LiPo plugged in, see how far that voltage drops, and if it does go below that value stated on the website, that's safety value, get yourself one of these. They're a couple of pounds and it will save you the pain. I know you're thinking, why get the bag if it's just going to mince your batteries in the first place? And I get you, I'm with you. It does seem a bit stupid, but it just has such a great purpose, and the heat it gives off is pretty damn good. We're not talking just a little timid temperature. It gets really warm inside this bag, and when you pull these batteries out, they are toasty, ready to go. Now, if you're in icy conditions or in snowy conditions, you literally just plan your flight. You know, say you're going to fly in half an hour, you connect up your battery, get it nice and warm, you do your flying, you disconnect, you go home. However, what I did is I connected it up, I did my flight, went back to the car, drove all the way home, chucked my bag into my office, and then I completely forgot about the LiPo until about 7 hours later. And then by the time I checked it, she was gone. Now, can I recommend this? Yes and no. You've just got to be very careful. I'd say I would ignore the fact that it's got a voltage cutoff. For me, it doesn't exist. But I kept using the bag anyway. I can still use it, like I say, with one of these alarms in place. It's not a problem. So it's one of those. So with that information, guys, you know, you make up your own minds whether it's worth taking the risk. By all means, your batteries are safe if you just disconnect them in time. You leave them, you might end up like me, dead battery. Okay, guys, that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out any of my previous videos, just hang about to the very end of the video. You'll see a couple of recommendations pop up on your screen there, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Peace.